Well, Paul, that's 6 wins on the bounce, I think, at home, and that's a fantastic display. Perhaps not the prettiest at times today, but you still got the job done.
No, and it isn't, I've just said there, we didn't play as well as what I would like. What I would say is it's not always going to be, free-flowing and really action-packed, but I felt that we were still the better team, but certainly not as good a level of performance as we've often seen here, or even away from home, but didn't really look like, or didn't give too many chances away. I think there was some dangerous deliveries in the box, etc., and the free kick, but I'm going to be sort of on James McEwen then if he lets that one in. So it was nice to get the goal. Would have been nice for it to be a little bit earlier, but just to make sure that it was game over, because we had missed a couple of chances that could have just made it that little bit more comfortable.
Penalty first half, and Wilbur Fargo using his pace to get the penalty, and no doubts about Lenny taking it after last week. He seemed confident and grabbed it straight away.
Yeah, I had a conversation with him in the dressing room before and said, if we get a penalty, you want it? He said, yeah. I said, well, you're taking it then. So that was that job. In terms of winning the penalty, look, from where I was, it certainly looked a clear penalty, but it came from people being in the right areas of the pitch. I thought at times, first off in particular, we were kind of playing not where we were supposed to be, and that's not been why we've won games of football. So I was a little bit disappointed in that, and that was kind of a message at half time. Did it slightly better second half, because we have to, a bit of a running joke, but you have to play from a formation and a shape, and they did that second half better, albeit still not free flow.
I was going to say, you didn't really kick on in the way you have done maybe in other games when you've gone 1-0 up.
Yeah, but again, we're not going to always win. We're certainly not always going to win 6-0, or a 2-0 victory at home is not to be too disappointed with. Let me do that, and hopefully other people can just think it's great, we've won another game, we've seen them play better. But I thought we did have a spell first off. We had for about 5 minutes where suddenly the quality picked up, as a result the tempo picked up, but we didn't get that second goal. And then the longer the half went on, like I said, without anything really hurting us, it just felt like one of them games where you were waiting for them to score, to give hopefully the team a kick up the backside. Thankfully they didn't do that. We got in at half time, tried to that ourselves. I maybe have to watch that one back, as in which half was better. But overall, like I say, I thought we defended pretty well.
Certainly more chances in the second half, perhaps.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously there was the one with John McAtee's hit one from distance. He's then rolled one across the goal. It seemed as though, he sensed that he was a bit critical of Lenny, but I'd have to watch it back. For me, I don't know why he's passed it, first and foremost. And when he does, certainly the effort was a big sort of stretch to the ball. Now, that shouldn't be happening. If he's going to pass it, it's got to be an easier finish. As I said, I think he should have just hit it anyway. Lenny's hit one side netting when he should hit the target, a couple of other things. Thankfully, as I said, it hasn't cost us today.
And it was a great goal to seal the points here.
Great might be pushing it. It was a decent goal.
Okay. But it comes to something, I suppose, or it says a lot about this season that, 6 games in, you've won every game here, and you're still a little bit disappointed by a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, just even the dressing room after, I think they know, because they know the standards, they know when they've played well and when they haven't. I think we had quite a few players, if we've been brutally honest, and it's easier to do that when you're winning games, admittedly, because sometimes if it's the other way, you have to be a bit more guarded in what you say, because they need the confidence picking up. But I'm not sure how many players we had out there that played at the best today. I think 1 or 2 maybe would get close to it, and after that I think we'd be struggling. I think they worked hard, but we were too deep first half. The game was, as a team, we were too far stretched. Then it looked then perhaps as though we're not getting close to people, but then having to exert more energy to actually get close to someone. So there were things that weren't quite right today. They have been at probably every game we've played still, because you're always looking for perfection, which you don't get, because we're dealing with human beings, not robots. But ultimately, so we still are pleased, albeit maybe a little quieter, and like I said, a bit flat in the dressing room still. But we've won the game, and it's, as you say, it's a great record that we've got so far at home. That will be really tested next weekend, I'm sure. However, we all know we've got a game before that down at Wealdstone.
You say a couple of players missing today because of COVID.
Yep.
I don't suppose you have to be a brain surgeon really to work out who they are, or at least who one of them is. How long are they going to be out for?
I think my understanding is they'll be missing the next 2 games. You say you don't have to be a brain surgeon. There's more than 2 players missing though. So
Yeah.
But as you appreciate, I'm not going to go into any detail of that. The main thing is obviously that they're okay. So hopefully that is the case, and we'll welcome all the players back, whether it's injury, whether it's illness, back into the squad, because we will need them at various points. Today a couple of lads went on. I thought, fair play to Rico, he went on, did well. I think he gives the crowd a bit of a lift. Seb went on and did a very disciplined job, and Giles just went on and used his experience. So I was pleased with them coming off the bench. And it's, as I keep saying it, broken record, it's a squad game.